Hello and welcome to a new video. In this video, we shall be discussing solving equations. We shall be working on the exercises from here to right there. This is the scope of the current video. So let's begin with one-step equations, adding and subtracting. So we are required to solve for b. If we're solving for b, this means we're trying to isolate the variable b. Let me just zoom in here. So we have -8 equals -2 plus b. We take the -2 to the other side. We get -8 plus 2 equals to b. So -6 equals b. Another way of looking at this problem is to say -8 equals -2 plus b. And instead of taking the -2 to the other side, you can think of it as adding 2 on both sides. This way, the -2 would cancel out with the +2, and you would still get -8 plus 2 equals b, and therefore -6 equals to b. So b equals -6, and this is the correct answer here. Here we're trying to solve for w. Again, you can just take the 3 to the other side. So 2 minus 3 equals w. Therefore, -1 equals to w. So w equals -1. And this is the correct answer here as well. Let me solve one more in this category. So we have -1 plus t equals -7. We take the -1 to the other side. So t equals -7 plus 1. So t equals to -6. And this is the correct answer here as well. So this is pretty simple. Let's move on to something else. So one-step equations with multiplication. Here we have -6 times a equals 12. So in order to isolate the variable a, we need to divide both sides by -6. And you cancel out -6 with -6. So a equals 12 over -6, and this is equal to -2. So a here would be equal to -2. This is correct. Here we have 9s equals 36. So in order to isolate the s, we need to divide both sides by 9. Therefore, the 9 cancels out, and s equals to 4, because 36 divided by 9 gives us 4. So 4 would be the answer here. This is correct as well. Let's do one more. -54 equals 9b. So you can divide both sides by 9. We're dividing by the number next to the variable because we want the variable to be a log. So the 9 cancels out with the 9, and you get b equals -54 over 9, which is -6. So therefore, the correct answer here is b equals -6. And this is correct as well. So let's move to the next exercise. Level 2 in multiplication. So here we have 40 equals 7. So we divide by 4 on both sides. The 4 cancels out with the 4, and you get t equals 7 over 4. So we just write here 7 divided by 4. And this is the correct answer here. So we have 1 equals 3r. Again, we want to get rid of the number next to the r, so we divide by 3 on both sides. The 3 cancels the 3, and you are left with r equals 1 over 3. So if you're not working with a regular keyboard, you can use the deltamath keyboard. You can write 1 and then use the keyboard in order to perform division. So the keyboard doesn't seem to be working here. Oh, there it is. So you use the division sign and then you write down the 3. So this division button here creates a fraction in deltamath. And this is the correct answer as well. Here we have negative 19 equals negative 9b. We want the b to be alone, so we're going to divide both sides by negative 9. So the negative 9 on the right cancels with the negative 9 below it. We have only b on the right. And on the left, the negative cancels out with the negative, and we have 19 over 9. This is our final answer, 19 over 9. And this is correct as well. So let's move on to the following exercise. We have here division. So we have u over 2 equals negative 8. Again, there are two ways of solving this. Some people might prefer to say that since u over 2 equals negative 8, we can take the 2 to the other side by multiplication. So it is removed from here. So u equals negative 8 times 2, which is negative 16. Some people would not prefer to take a number from one side to the other. They would prefer to multiply both sides of the equation by the same number. So in this case, I would multiply here by 2, and I would multiply here by 2 as well. And this is my preferred way of solving. So the 2 cancels the 2, then you have u equals negative 16. Negative 16 is the correct answer. Here you have 9 equals u over negative 6. So we multiply both sides of the equation by negative 6. And then these two cancel out. So you have u equals negative 6 times 9, which is negative 54. So u equals negative 54. Here we have w over negative 10 equals 5. So let's multiply by negative 10 on both sides. Now negative 10 cancels negative 10. You have w equals negative 50. 5 times negative 10 gives us negative 50. So for our final exercise in this video, we shall deal with one-step equations with fractional coefficients. So if we have a fraction next to the variable, there is a fast and easy way to get rid of it. So since we have a denominator here, this is 5. So let's multiply both sides by 5. And then 5 cancels 5, and we have negative 4w equals negative 1 times 5, which is negative 5. Then we divide both sides by negative 4. So on the left, these cancel out. We have w equals negative 5 over negative 4. So the negatives cancel out as well. And we are left with 5 over 4. So 5 over 4 would be the correct answer here. Let's try another one. We have negative 2 equals negative 2 over 5u. So the denominator here is 5. Let's multiply both sides of the equation by the denominator. So 5 on the right and 5 on the left. Let's just cancel out 5 with 5. Now we have negative 10 on the left, 5 times negative 2. This gives us negative 10. And on the right, we have negative 2u. Now we can divide both sides of the equation by negative 2. So these cancel out. Negative 10 over negative 2, the negatives cancel out as well. So we have 5 equals u. So u equals 5. Next problem. Again, here we have 3 in the denominator. Let's multiply by 3 on both sides. So we have 3 times negative 20 on the left. This gives us negative 60. And on the right, the 3 cancels the 3. So we have negative 4n. Now let's divide both sides by negative 4. And let's cancel these out together. And we have n on the right. And on the left, the negatives cancel out. So we have 60 divided by 4, which gives us 15. So 15 equals to n. So n equals 15, obviously. And this brings our video to an end. I hope you have found this beneficial. Thank you for watching.